What's up, guys? This is Mr. Chap. Today what we're going to do is we're going to create a cheat sheet for our speed, distance, and time formulas. So you're going to need to be able to calculate for one speed, but also for distance and also for time. So you'll need to know the right formula, and I think this will be really helpful, so you don't have to figure it out every time. So I want you to make this, I want you to upload it, I want you to keep it on your wall with your other cheat sheets, and or at least have it available to you when you need it. Right. So first of all, I'm going to title my my cheat sheet. I'm going to write speed, distance, time, cheat sheet. You're going to have another one of these for later on in the 6 weeks for Newton's laws, so I want to make sure that you know you're using the right one. And so first we're going to draw a triangle. This is a formula triangle, and what we're drawing is called a D Street triangle. So I'm going to draw a triangle right here. I draw a line in the middle and a line down. So on the top I'm going to write D. Over here I'm going to write S and T. D Street. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, so I also want to write multiplication sign right there, division sign on top. And the way you work this out is whatever you're trying to solve for, you're going to look at your problem, and if you're trying to solve for speed, you're going to cover up the S. S stands for speed. You're going to cover it up with your thumb. You cover it up, and it gives you your formula. So my formula for speed is distance over time. If you're looking for distance, you cover up D. You have speed times time. If you're looking for time, you have distance over divided by speed. But so you don't on your test or something like that on STAR, you'll need to remember the D Street triangle. But what we're going to do today is we're going to write all of it out so that you have it available, so you don't have to do this on your assignments. Okay, first I'm going to draw a box. Come down. Okay. First is going to be my value, what I'm looking for. Then my next column is going to be my formula. And my last column is going to be my units. Alright, so in the first spot I'm going to write speed. So if I'm looking for speed, to find my formula, I'm going to cover up the S, and it gives me distance over time. So that's what I'm going to write here. So S equals distance divided by time. And some possible units for speed. There are different ones. The main one is going to be meters per second. You might also get kilometers per second, or you might get miles per hour, or you might get kilometers per hour. So really it's any sort of distance measurement, meters, kilometers, miles, meters, kilometers, miles, inches, feet, over some sort of time measurement, seconds, hours, you might get minutes. All right, so any sort of distance over any sort of time is going to be my unit of measure for speed. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line under that. My next one is going to be distance. Distance, I'm going to cover up the d in distance. It's going to give me my formula s times t. So d equals speed times time. And the measurement for distance is going to be meters. You might have feet, kilometers, miles. Those are just some examples. You might see some other ones, but those are some examples of things you might see. I'm going to draw another line. The last one is time. So I'm going to go back up to my triangle. I'm going to cover up the t. And so my formula is d over d divided by s. So t equals distance over speed. So distance divided by speed. Time measurements, you're going to get, seconds. You might get minutes, hours, etc. Maybe days. I don't know, depending on the problem. Maybe I don't know, weeks, months, years. So any sort of time measurement. I do want to add one more note at the bottom. Sometimes you're going to get a time measurement in minutes, and it's going to ask you for hours. So you'll need to convert from minutes to hours. And I'm going to, at the very bottom, I'm going to make a small note, because a lot of kids struggle with this. And just do some quick minutes to hours conversions. So first I'm going to write 15 minutes. 15 minutes, if you look at a clock, 15 minutes is a quarter of the clock. So, quarter, right? 12 o'clock, 12:15. So it's a quarter. So your hour measurement is going to be 0.25 hours. Right? That makes sense. Quarter of an hour. 0.25 is a quarter. 30 minutes is half an hour, and the way we write that in decimal form is 0.5 hours. And lastly, 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour, so it's 0.75 hours. I don't think they're going to give you anything like really dramatic, like convert like 37 minutes into hours. They're in at least in 8th grade science, they're just going to give you 15, 30, 45, and so those are your measurements. So if it's asking you to convert if your final answer is asking for hours and the problem is giving you minutes, you would use these instead in your numbers, in your calculations, right? So make sure you keep this in a safe place. You keep this so that you can use it instead of having to do this every single time, which if you need to, that's fine. If you lose this, you should know how to use a D-street triangle, but I think this will save you a lot of time, and this will also save you some, oh man, I have to go all the way. All right, this will also save you, or make it a lot easier to figure out what you're solving for in an equation, okay? So make sure you upload this and keep this in a safe place. Have a great day.